and welcome to week 6 of the Garena Premier League. I'm Jehudi and I'm here with a very special guest, Kai the Unstoppable Force Ling.
Hello.
From the Singapore Sentinels. So today we have a couple of exciting matches lined up. We have, in our first match, the Kuala Lumpur Hunters up against the, the Saigon Jokers, yeah, not to forget that. And it's going to be quite an exciting match because it will determine whether the Kuala Lumpur Hunters can hold their top 3 position. And as I know it right now, KLH is, there's a party going on in Malaysia. Yeah. So, yep, that's the 1-year anniversary. It's taking place in, I believe it's Subang Jaya. I'm not sure if you guys over at the party are going to be watching this stream, but if you are, shout out to the guys at the LOL anniversary there. And let's see whether, I'm sure you guys are going to be supporting the Kuala Lumpur Hunters, and let's see how they do, because this will determine whether they stay in the top 3 position there. So it's kind of interesting that we're going to be seeing a couple of new players for the Saigon Jokers today. So let's have a look at their lineup. They've just introduced 2 new players to their lineup. I think the first one is going to be their top lane player, QTV. So have you met this guy before, Kylie?
Yeah, I've seen him in solo queue a lot of times actually.
Okay, so he's known for his top lane?
No, I haven't seen him play top much, except for Fiora, where he went on like 100 games rampage playing Fiora.
100 games as Fiora?
His win rate is 50-50.
Okay, with 100 games, in ranked?
It's more than that, yeah, ranked.
Wow.
Actually, he's more known for his trolling rather than for his skills, but actually he's a decent player.
Okay, so what do you normally see him playing? Is it AP or?
AP actually, yeah.
Okay, so the other one that we've seen is that's going to be the new AD carry. I can't pronounce that, but Du Kui, yeah, something around that, along those lines. That's going to be the new AD carry for the Saigon Jokers.
Okay, I haven't seen him before.
Oh, you haven't seen this guy before?
Yeah, could be on another nick.
So we have one completely unknown guy, who could be somebody else. It might be one of the already famous players, just with a new nickname, so he's smurfing. And then we've got QTV. What do you think? Is this gonna help them against the KL Hunters? It's kind of weird to change their lineup.
I think QTV will be a good addition to the team because he has been playing around the high elos for a while, so he knows how competitive games are played. So it'll be a good addition. Okay, but we'll see how he fares later.
Compared to Izumin, do you see a lot of Izumin playing in the?
Actually, no. I've not seen Izumin other than in GPL.
Yeah, so now they've got a player that seems to have a lot more experience playing ranked play, at least on the SEA ladders, and I think that's gonna probably help them out a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about the anniversary party. So we're having an anniversary event right now at Subang Jaya at ftzasia.net. I don't know why you're not down there if you're in KL, but you should be, because there's tons of awesome stuff. But anyways, if you couldn't make it down there for today's event, we have another anniversary event because Malaysia is so big, and that's going to be on the 30th of June at A Station Kampar, and there's going to be a variety of events for you guys to take part in. There's going to be a Pawn the GM session where I'm assuming you guys can sell GMs or beat them, and the prizes seem pretty cool. There's a 1 legendary skin of choice and a rune page. That seems like a pretty big prize, because legendary skins are quite expensive, and of course rune pages are as well. And we'll also be having a 1-year anniversary photo contest. We've extended the deadline for that to the 24th of June. And basically all you have to do is take a photo with any LOL theme or birthday / celebration elements and submit that, and we've got 32,000 GS up for grabs. So that's for 10 people. We're going to be selecting 10 winners, 3,200 Garena shells each. And of course there's going to be lucky draws as well at all of these events. And there's some really nice Razor stuff up for grabs. I'm not sure if we've got that photo, that screenshot of the Razor stuff that we're giving out. I think there's a Naga Hex that we're going to be giving out, as well as the Razor Orca. So really cool stuff that you guys can get just for going down to the event. So it's really simple. All you have to do is just head down there. So speaking of stuff that we have going on this week, we also will be seeing Tofu returning on Sunday. Yep. Am I right?
Yes.
So is he still on holiday?
No, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
He's not feeling well.
Okay, but anyways, you guys don't have any matches today, so that's fine. But he's not feeling well?
He's not feeling well today.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was sick. Even he'll be here today, so he's sick.
Alright,
So but tomorrow he'll be up for the SAJ game.
Okay, so we were expecting him to be up and ready again for tomorrow's
Yeah.
matches. And here we are in the bans and picks. KL Hunters up against the Saigon Jokers, and this will determine who will be in the top 3 for the league. So it's gonna be the KL Hunters there with the first ban of the day. And I think I'm gonna just call out the regular bans. We're gonna see Morgana, Shen likely. We may see Anivia being banned because Goldens has just been playing Anivia really well. Rise also one of the champions that he plays a lot. Twisted Fate, alright, that's another of the champions that Nyx Water is known for. I was thinking that they were gonna go with a Kog'Maw ban for Nyx Water, but Kog'Maw has been nerfed quite heavily.
I don't recall seeing Nyx Water playing Kog'Maw much though.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen him play it a lot in solo rank.
I see.
Yeah, that was quite long ago though. That was like maybe 4 or 5 months ago. So maybe he hasn't been playing that as much as usual anymore.
He might play Morgana though.
Yeah, he may play Morgana if they don't go with a Morgana ban. There's going to be an Urgot ban. And SAJ, I think they've been playing quite a fair bit of Urgot, if I'm not too wrong.
Yeah,
Anivia,
so
there goes the Anivia ban. We may see first pick.
Shen,
Shen. Two big champions not banned here, Shen and Morgana. Yeah. So I'm predicting that they're going to pick up Morgana now.
They may not though. Against us, SGS, SAJ last pick Morgana. But that was because we first picked the TF.
Alright. So let's have a look at what they go with. So what do you think about Shen at top lane? Is he... Why do you think he's like always perma-ban? What is it, because of his laning strength, or is just his global ability?
Yeah, it's just a global ability. He's pretty strong on lane as well.
Okay.
But the main thing is that he can fly over to help his teammates anytime. So if there's a stalemate like the Anivia solo defense the base, then 5v4 they can't break through the Shen, can apply pressure on the other lanes.
So why wouldn't you want to ban Shen? I've been seeing a lot of teams recently, especially on the NA side, they stopped really banning Shen, and they've been as in, we've always seen Shen like almost get perma-banned, but then nowadays people are beginning to stop banning Shen every single game. Do you see any reason for that?
It's probably the late game scaling. The other top laners could probably scale better into late game as compared to Shen. But
Right.
however, Shen is about obviously at level 6.
Okay, so I mean, I've seen them put Irelia up against Shen and Warwick as well. I think Warwick does pretty well against him, and of course Irelia scales into late game better than Shen, I think.
Actually, most bruisers are fine against Shen, so long as there's some form of sustain. If you don't, then it's a bit hard to go head to head with him.
Alright.
Okay, so now they've got 2 of the OPs, which is Morgana and Shen.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they've allowed the KL Hunters to pick up those 2 champions. What are they going to go with at the mid? The last time around, Nyx Water did play AP mid Janna.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's going to be a support Janna or an AP Janna. I don't think AP Janna is going to be too great a pick though against Morgana.
Let's see how it goes.
Yep. So Corki going to get picked up there. Corki. Oh yeah, they got 2. Either Alistar could go in the jungle though.
KLH looks really strong at the moment though with their 3 picks.
Yeah, those are really solid picks. A lot of CC.
Looks like Janna mid for the Saigon Jokers, Alistar jungle and Nunu support.
Yeah, that would be most likely.
So they've got 3 supports on their team.
3 supports in 3 different roles. Pretty interesting there. So KLH yet to pick their AD carry and their jungler. I think Jaeyoung has been playing a lot of Vayne and Kog'Maw. But Kog'Maw, I don't think he pairs that well with Taric. Like, there's not too much synergy there.
So yeah, for SGS fans, you can go check out the GPL website now. We're currently first.
Yeah,
Awesome.
So there's a little bit of a mix up there on the standings, but actually that's just the future prediction.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
so
that's
TPA will be 5th next time.
Okay, I'm not sure if TPA will be 5th, but I'm sure that SGS can get first.
Definitely.
So they're gonna go with Graves. Yep, Graves. I think is a better pair up with Taric than Kog'Maw or Vayne. And Maokai in the jungle. So Epion's is gonna be playing the jungler this time around. They're not gonna field Don Murray. Yep. So the KL Hunters have one substitute, which is Don Murray.
For now, KL Hunters team looks really strong. There was one game where we actually banned Shen, Garena and Graves, and all three of them are in KLH team.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
they interesting last pick from Saigon Jokers though with Kale.
Kale?
Actually QTV does play a good Kale.
Okay.
So we'll finally see him play Kale in GPL.
Their lineup is really interesting on the Saigon Jokers. They have quite a fair bit of I don't know. What do you think they're going with here?
I don't see much of a link because
yeah, they don't look like they've gone for like any specific team composition. Like KLH has a lot of AoE, lots of disable, very tanky. Looks really solid, their lineup, from early to late. Maybe at late
game they might fall off a little.
Yeah, they may fall off a little bit because there's going to be a Kale and Corky.
Might be a protect the Corky strat.
That could work.
With AP Jana, his shield and Corky will be pretty thick, along with Kale's out, which will negate all damage.
Alright, so we're going to look at the league tables right now to show you guys where everyone is standing at this point. So the Taipei Assassins are leading right now with 10 wins to 9. They did just break that tie with the Singapore Sentinels last week on Sunday. That was the tiebreaker match. And you can see right now the Kuala Lumpur Hunters, they're struggling to hold on to the top 3 position. It's going to be very reliant on who wins this match here with the Saigon Jokers. And of course the Manila Eagles trailing behind, and the Bangkok Titans, who just don't seem to be having a very good time in the Garena Premier League. They always come so close, and yet they have yet to win a match.
They're improving a lot though.
That is true, yeah. I think like out of all the teams, they've improved the most, and partially because they've had the most room for improvement. But I think that soon enough they should be winning a match. I think let's see whether they can win their match against the Manila Eagles.
It's the constant exposure to all the high level competitive play like PPA, KLH, SGS. So
I mean, yeah, you play against teams like that, you're bound to learn as you go on.
You learn more when you lose than when you win, actually.
Yeah, I mean, as a person who's played a lot of competitive games, the more you lose, the easier it is to learn, because then you have somebody to emulate. It's like when you win all the time, then you can't improve because you don't have anyone to copy to get better.
That's why Chori gave the game to TPA last week.
Oh, so he wanted to learn.
He wanted to learn more, I see.
Did he learn that diving Alistair?
Yeah, that was a good lesson. Like everyone could see that diving was not too good an idea.
Okay.
When you can end the game, you end the game.
Yeah, that was a good lesson that he learned. So we are waiting on the 3-minute delay that we have for the match, which is just to ensure that there's no ghosting going on, because we don't want any of the teams doing any funny business. But you know, they're all professional players, so I don't expect them to do anything of that sort.
So just now the league table, I saw that actually KLH and SAJ are tied 1-1.
Yeah, tied. Yeah, in their score
in
against each other. So the Saigon Jokers won in their first meetup. So that was the first time that SAJ and KLH fought. They won. And in their second meetup, when SAJ brought in their new players, I think Nick Swatter was in at that time, they actually lost. So it's kind of surprising. But this was also when KLH brought in their new player, Jayo. So both teams have had a lot of restructuring. They brought in new players for both teams, and it seems like KLH brought in the more powerful player in the form of Jae Young. So we're gonna see how he fares against the new AD carry. Or they're not using their new AD carry. They're gonna go with Violet. So their new AD carry, they're not gonna field him just yet, but they are gonna field their new top laner QTV. And let's see how well he does against Monkeys, I believe. Monkeys has been doing pretty decently in the top lane. I mean, apart from games where he faces off against
top teams.
against the Singapore Sentinels and the Taipei Assassins, he's been holding his own.
His Darius.
Yeah, his Darius was pretty crazy. Or yesterday we saw a pretty nice Darius played by Stanley. So the guys are in the loading here, and we're gonna get this game started. Let's see if we're gonna have any aggression at level 1. I think they're probably gonna try to just defend Maokai's raids as he tries to start there. They have a nice level 1 fight ability on the KL Hunters.
Both sides has pretty nice level 1 ability, but I would say KLH has the stronger level 1.
Alright. Yeah.
Shen, Maokai, Tarek, and Morgana.
Yeah, that's a lot of CC that they can lay down at the first level. 4 snares. Or rather 2 snares, 1 taunt and 1 stun. That's going to be a lot of disable. Anyone who gets caught by that will definitely go down. So they're going to be quite aggressive here. SAJ Junie already moving up into that brush. Kale going to get spotted there by Shen. And I'm not sure if they realize just how many of them are hanging around that area. Tariq here going to get spotted by Alistar.
So SAJ will be going for an invade here.
Yeah, so they do realize that Maokai kind of relies on getting those saplings down and having them not get disturbed by somebody.
Nope, since it looks like they're retreating.
And I think, yep, they're going to start in their own jungle.
Oh,
No, they want to ping again. They want to go
yeah.
for that blue.
They'll be going from the top.
Maokai, has he started planting those saplings yet?
Yeah, there's one there. Is there a ward? Oh, it's a ward.
It is a ward, yep. Haven't seen him plant any of those saplings yet. They are going to get spotted by the ward if they choose to move out.
This is one of the more common starting strats where you camp in the bush until about 150 or 155 and they start doing the blue golem, then you go forward and try and get the first blood.
Alright, they may be successful here because Tariq and Graves are already at the bottom lane. They're not going to be able to provide any backup here. We don't see Epions throwing any saplings. Don't tell me that he leveled a...
No. Yeah, he didn't level
he got the Arcane Smash first.
Wow, that's a bit...
That's going to slow him down a lot, right?
A lot.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure there's going to be first blood here.
Him to be done with his and that.
Before the
the
blue spawn, so I think that was not too good a call by SAJ.
So right now Violet is going to be a little bit further behind because of this compared to Graves, because of the fact that he does have to walk all the way there.
The thing about this kind of level 1 invades is that if the bottom lane stays with the 5 people together, they lose a lot of XP, farm, and waste a lot of time basically.
Yep, and Graves against Corky, and so what do you think about the matchup at bottom lane? Graves and Tariq against Corky and Janna. So Graves and Tariq more of a kill lane, right? And
no, it's the support is Nunu.
As in on the side of KLH, Graves and Tariq.
Graves and Tariq is really strong.
Yeah, so they're gonna be like a kill lane. Oh, there's a big fight going on here. Epion's getting caught out of position. He's getting a little bit low, but Graves gonna come in here to help him out. And I think they should be able to get away from this one, but they're gonna take a lot of poke.
He's chasing.
Wow, Hagane there getting quite low. And Nyx there eating that tower shot. Gonna have to be forced to go back.
Wow, he chased from the mid lane all the way down to the bottom lane.
That's going to give Morgana a lot of free time farming though. And especially since that he's going to have to go all the way back to base and come out. He's going to be fighting a level 3 Morgana at level 1.
Yep. Kale behind by almost 12 CS. 12 CS.
Kale seems to be having a good time against Shen here.
Yep. Kale is really hard to lane against at top. Even just now, just a few hours back while we were training, we were like thinking, what can we play against Kale?
Alright. So have you figured out a counter for Kale, or is it still up in the air?
Still up in the air. We'll probably wait for Tofu to come back.
Okay. So yeah, Kale very popular, especially since Dyrus played her at the IP, at the MLG. He did very well with her there. Lots of damage, really nice ult that she has, her Divine Intervention. So Nunu and Corki is more of a like a poke lane. They don't have any sustain, and I don't feel that Nunu and Corki are gonna be having a good time against Graves and Tariq. Graves and Tariq already level 4. Graves there level 4.
It's all part. I don't think SAJ is too bothered about the laning. They're all about the late game where they're just gonna protect the Corki and buff him up. Hopefully he can 1v5 get the first penta of GPL.
Alright, that would be great. And there was a very close penta there by MLE the other time against TPA.
Yeah, VYY.
Yeah, almost got that penta kill, but Stanley just managed to get away in the nick of time.
So now Alistar will be on top.
Alright, he's going to be quite patient here, waiting for the Shen to get in there for the last hit. Oh, a little bit impatient. I think he could have waited after he threw that Vorpal, but Shen there, very low on energy, and he's going to get hit a couple of times by QTV, but not enough to kill him.
Yeah, his flash is still up, so no issues there.
Yeah, it was not a very good gank there, I feel.
Shen is a bit tanky though, but they could have done it better to at least burn the flash.
Yeah, I think they should have forced him to use that flash, because going all the way up there and not forcing him to use that flash makes it quite unworthwhile.
It does give QTV the time to farm more CS than Shen though.
And CS wise, he's doing pretty well. Already 11 CS above Shen, moving even further up right now. Shen is going to lose some of that CS to the turret there. And over at the bottom lane, very nice CS difference there. Graves 20 CS ahead of Corki. That's a huge lead this early on. It's just 6 minutes in, and such a big lead is going to be quite detrimental there for Corki. At the mid lane, it is 40 CS to 23, so every single lane the KL Hunters are leading in farm, and you can see that reflected in their total goal score right now. 500 goal ahead, despite not having any kill advantage.
Mainly because of the level 1 start when 5 of them went for the blue.
Yeah, so having that fail was really bad for the Saigon Jokers.
Yeah, you see that every lane has pretty much one level advantage over the other.
Hagane there trying to look for the opportunity to stun, but then he's not going to find it because there is a ward there from the Saigon Jokers. They're going to be able to spot him. He does still go for that stun though. Jae-Young a little bit low on mana, not sure if he's going to want to dash in there and use that buckshot. He's instead going to choose to farm.
Shen is 6 though, so now SAJ has to play really carefully, if not they might get counter gang with the global ult option.
Yep, so Shen, the only person with a global ult who didn't get nerfed on his global ulti range. I think he's the only one right now who can still go the entire...
Wow, look at that. QTV doing so much damage to Shen.
And what does he have? He's got just a double Doran. Shen's got that one Doran shield, and he's just getting burned down by that double Doran's kill. So they're going to try for another gank here on Monkeys, but Monkeys has that ward down there, and he's going to be able to just dash away.
A lot of pressure being exerted on the top lane by Juni, the SAJ jungler.
Yeah, it seems like it's a kind of trend going on here where everybody wants to focus on just ganking that top lane and snowballing that
yeah,
lane.
it somehow seems the easiest lane to snowball, especially if you keep going back repeatedly. Especially for the side of the purple lane, because the jungle, the golden cam and the raves are all nearby.
Oh yeah, that makes it really good for them to come back.
So they can just go back and forth. And since the middle is Morgana, Alista will find it very hard to gank Morgana.
So do you think it's better to play on the purple side because of that? Is that a big advantage that it gives?
Somehow or the other, purple side is easier to play because the ganking potential is there, but blue side, they are able to go from the other way also, which is beside the wave camp. Oh, here's some action.
A nice stun there. Violet taking a lot of damage from that shadow combo.
Is Epion gonna flash?
Oh, I think that they pulled that off a little bit too early before Epion's was in range. If he had gotten his twisted advance off on somebody, I think that person would have been killed. And we just saw, I saw a nice use of the tornado, the Howling Gale by Janna, the steal, the wraiths, as Morgana was doing it. Nice one there.
I think AP Janami is pretty interesting to watch.
Yep, she's leveled up her Howling Gale first. Kind of interesting. I normally see AP Janna go for the shield or the...
No, actually it's usually the W.
Yeah,
for
the W.
Most DPS.
Yep.
But I think she wants to just farm up ASAP. Push the lane.
Yeah, against somebody like Morgana,
yep.
she'll be quite pushed out. So that'll be quite... Yeah, so she picked up that Howling Gale to deal with her.
Goldens.
And that really hurts. Golden should have just popped that spell shield since he has...
That was match range tornado, so I think he wasn't expecting it to hit.
So he's gonna farm up these waves very quickly because of that Howling Gale at max level.
So the other person I know who plays AP Janna is Chori, and he has gone undefeated.
At the mid lane. Wow, lots of action at the bottom lane. Violet once again vulnerable to that shatter and buckshot combo.
Yeah, the burst is just too high for Graves and Tarek, especially if he lands his stun.
And the thing about that combo, right, is that it relies on the Tarek getting that stun. It's going to be quite hard though now that they've got that ward in there. So they should be able to just farm up safely. He's about 20 CS behind now though, Corki. And that's going to be hurting him quite a fair bit. Epion's here trying to set up for this steal on the red buff.
Yeah, making a play. They might dive top though. Oh, bottom.
Oh, Alistar there. Gonna spot Shen.
Not too sure what they're mainly do. They are pretty much gonna do some trades all the way.
We're gonna see Alistar just trying to figure out what to do. He's kind of confused at this point, just sticking around at the top lane. But there's a ward there from in the tri-brush from Shen. So Shen's gonna be able to back up very quickly. And Maokai is gonna know exactly where the enemy jungler is. He's gonna run into Alistar there. And not sure if they did spot each other.
Not too sure what Epion is doing. He's been there for like 20 seconds.
Yeah, he's been there for a long time. And then he chooses to back out. So he threw a couple of his saplings, then he waited there, and while his own jungle was available. So I don't get why he was just hanging around there for so long.
Probably had the wrong timer on SAJ's raid. Like you were planning for it, but it didn't spawn, so...
Yeah, but it's pretty wrong. You'd expect the blue buff would be up around now, and then the red buff would be up a minute later if they did the blue and then red. So quite far off from where the expected red timing would be.
Wow, look at that damage.
Lots of damage going on in both lanes. Shen, they're getting pretty low. We still have that divine intervention on KL. She may try to dive him.
She should dive actually.
Yeah, he's getting quite low there. The only problem right now is that she's low on mana, which is the only reason why she hasn't gone.
So she has Ignite as well.
Yeah, she's getting very low on mana.
Monkeys is going back home now.
Yep, that's the lost opportunity there.
So talking about 20 CS difference between KL and Shen.
Quite a big difference there. He's going for a heart of gold though. Trying to get some of that. Epion's here may be able to come in for a gank. He's trying to hang out of range of the creep there.
So this game is fairly even. About 13 minutes and still no kills in.
and the goal difference is just 300 goals. So the Saigon Jokers have caught up a little bit. They're going to go for the stun there on Violet, trying to bait them in here. These Hagane going to get the bait. Nice Shen ulti there, going to catch them off guard. Nice twisted advance plus a cane smash there by Epion is going to get the kill. The first blood does go down on Corky, and now Junie might find himself in trouble. That buckshot is going to rip through him, and there we go, a double kill from Shen.
That's the power of Shen.
And I think that's going to give them a nice, that's going to give him a nice advantage back when he goes to the top lane again.
Dragon will be taken.
Melody,
very nice play by KLH, showing that they are really deserving of their first place at the moment.
So he was really baiting that out. I think that SAJ kind of made a mistake there. I mean, the way that Hagane was being so aggressive when it was clearly 3v2, they should have expected that the gank was coming in.
Yeah, especially they should know that with Shen around, they cannot just get through that easily.
Yeah, so I think SAJ, it was more of a mistake on SAJ's part, being unaware of Shen and a potential gank.
I think after like 14 minutes, he just forgot that he.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much the case.
But now they're pretty sure they won't do that anymore since they know that Shen is around. But they might do something in the next 2 minutes before Shen's out is up again.
So Corky, they're gonna pick up a Phage. So he's gonna go for a Triforce build, pretty regular build that they get on Corky. Shen gonna go with a cloth, not with a cloth armor, with a chain vest as his next pickup.
Well, Junie has got the oracles now.
Oh, that's going to be very, very helpful. They need having the oracles will help them make those plays.
Yeah. Gee, if you realize since the start, KLH has been warding a lot.
Yeah, they've been doing a very good job of keeping everything within sight. Even at the top lane, Shen has been keeping up those wards.
Wow, Jana is doing pretty well too, almost getting a death cap.
She's at 133 CS compared to Morgana's 128. So
pretty even.
Very, very nice farm there. Just 15 minutes into the game, and she's the highest CS right now compared to Graves. Graves is very close behind though, just at 134. He's got that triple Doran, so very, very early game oriented build.
So now it's the Saigon Jokers turn to make a play. You can see Kill moving downwards towards the bottom lane.
Oh, they're gonna try for a 4-man gank here.
Yeah, Alistar moving in as well.
Alistar
has
that Oracle, so he's going to be able to find out that they indeed have no wards there and that he's coming in undetected. So nobody knows he's in there right now. And ooh, he may spot Epions as he comes in here. Epions with a nice throw of the sapling. It's going to keep vision of that tri-brush and make sure that Alistar doesn't get in there. Wow, QTV going straight for that aggression, but
it was a mistimed.
That was really bad. So now he spent all of his time making his way down here to the bottom lane. Not going to get any kills. There's a ward there in that brush. So he's not going to be able to camp there either. I think that was a really bad move by Kale.
A lot of time wasted by Kale.
And plus she picked up that red buff. She didn't even get to use it to do anything. So not the best play there by the Saigon Jokers.
Still, I think it's pretty good to see that the teams now are making plays like this. So it's more interesting now because everyone is more proactive, moving around the lanes, trying to do stuff, change stuff.
He's gonna head up to the top lane where he should be able to deal with Shen again. Shen, despite picking up that chain vest, I think there's a lot of magic damage from the retribution.
Shen is gonna get tortured real badly, especially when he has the red buff.
Yep, and she's got that Ginsu's blade, Rage Blade.
Yeah, Ginsu Rage Blade.
That's going to be a lot of damage as well as attack speed and ability power. Very nice item. I think the best item on Kale, just because she can benefit from every single stat on that item. So very worthwhile gold wise. Golden's turret here is getting very, very low on health.
That's why Nick's Waller max Q first to push the lane really quickly.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that he's not able to keep up with the pushing ability of Jana.
So this is probably why they decided to beat Morgana, since they know that Jana is able to counter it on lane.
Very, very interesting.
Have to see whether he's able to counter Morgana during the team fights.
Yep, she's She's gonna be able to use that black shield to kind of deal with the monsoon from Jana.
Wow, look at
that. That damage.
Yep.
Huge damage.
Pretty sure he's got his death cap now.
Yeah, he should have that up. 181 CS there.
Yeah,
he's got 1,200 gold. That's enough for the death cap. I think he still wants to try to push down that tower before he backs up though. And Kale does head back to the base. Not wanting to overextend too much. We're going to see some aggression here. No, Alistair just wants to clear these wards. He's going to be able to spot that. And he should move into the next brush where he's going to realize there's nothing there.
I think he has been compensated quite handsomely with the oracles. Been clearing wards for the past 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's a lot of wards that he's been clearing. They're going to try to get a little bit of aggression here at the bottom lane. They're going to try to push.
SAJ needs to be really careful now because Shen has got his out up.
Kale there, taking that damage from Shen. I think she's not so able to just melt him anymore. He's got that, I think he's building up towards a Sunfire cape. He's got that giant spell.
Shen is pretty tanky now, especially with the HP and the arm.
Yeah, and of course Shen scales off of HP, his damage, his key strike does more damage based on your bonus HP. So he's one of those characters where you can build yourself tanky and deal more damage in the process. So coming in here we do see Alistair, but Kale's going to be pushing that lane, so Alistair can't really pull off any kind of gank right now. So instead he's going to go straight for his mini golems, or...
I don't think he's even thinking about ganking, he's just trying to get like, I don't know, his farm off the wards. Like farm 1k, 2k off wards.
But he's fallen behind on levels here, he's still level 7, but on the other hand, Epion's not very far ahead either.
Epion is 8 actually.
Yep, just one level ahead. Which I think is not that great an advantage considering that Alistair has been clearing all of those wards. Just clearing all those wards provides the Jokers a lot of advantage.
So this will be the first team fight coming, I think, with the dragon being contested.
Alright, we're gonna see how the teams fare in a team fight here. Howling Gale does go off, doesn't land on anyone. Maokai just dropping a couple of those saplings. Alistair here gonna start and engage straight onto Maokai. They're gonna land those slows on Maokai, and he's gonna get out of there. He's gonna just start running. He's popped his ult. He's gonna flash to escape there. Hagane now getting hit by the Kale slow. Corki flying right in there, but I think he's being a little bit too gutsy there. Getting straight into that tower. Luckily Morgana didn't decide to pop her ult. I think she could have pulled off something there if she did. Her dark binding just flew right past
I think both
it.
Junie and Nixwater used their ult too early in my round. But now I think you'll get up. The free dragon, I think Maokai is pretty low and combat low.
Yep, they're gonna be able to pick this up. There's no enemy jungler to stop them here.
But they traded their top tower.
So a top tower for a dragon is not worthwhile. The KL Hunters are still ahead here in gold. 1.8k ahead.
It's even because both sides have got one tower each and one dragon each. So the 1.5k just comes from the 2 kills that KLH got at the bottom earlier.
It's still anyone's game, and we still haven't seen the both teams clash like properly in a team fight. It's been just small skirmishes so far. There hasn't been a hard engage.
Waves now is about 30 CS ahead of Coffee. Wow, look at what Monkeys has.
Wow, he's got that War Monks. That's gonna be a lot of health.
So it's gonna be really tanky.
Kale there going for, I think she may be saving up for a BF sword. She hasn't picked up any items yet. So I'm assuming that she's gonna go with an Infinity Edge. But that's gonna take a while for her to build up. She's only at 156 CS. Not that great considering the fact that she was doing so well in the lane earlier on.
I think it's probably because of the double kill that Shen got.
Ooh, Epion's going in there with the twisted advance, gonna get knocked into the air. You see an absolute zero from Luna. They're gonna pick up the kill there on
I think Shen
Maokai.
is a bit late to come.
Yeah, very late there. almost getting the kill down Junie, walking away with just barely any health.
Oracles could have been traded the other way. I think it was occupied with Kale top.
Yeah, and right now Kale is going to be able to push that top turret. So this is a very, very nice situation for the Saigon Jokers. They're going to be able to chip away at that top turret. And Shen probably will only make it there once it's around half health.
Pilot is changing his build. He went the Phage first, signaling Trinity Force, but now he went for the BF Sword and Vampiric Scepter, which is Bloodthirster.
So do you think he's going to pick up the Bloodthirster, or he's just going to leave it there as a
I think he's going to go for a Bloodthirster as the first item before completing his Trinity Force.
That would be quite interesting. It's quite late in the game to be picking up that Bloodthirster.
Usually people will complete their Triforce first.
Yeah, it is the thing that we see most commonly. But I guess he feels that he needs some of that sustain in lane, so that's the reason why he's picked up that Vamp. Graves has picked up a Bloodthirster. We see a lot of people picking up Bloodthirster on Graves these days, as compared to IE.
Well, Morgana looks pretty fat now, having the Abyssal and getting a large drop.
Might be building up towards a Zonia.
Yeah, definitely. It's an essential item for Morgana. Especially against the Janna and Alistar and the Kim.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of help picking up that. Yeah. So at the mid lane, Nixwater just continuously farming. He's already 40 CS ahead now. He's got his Rabadon's Deathcap. He's got his Sapphire Crystal. Not quite sure what that is going to build up into.
I think they're trying to get 500 CS this game or something.
And that CS is just crazy.
I think this is the lowest kill count we have had so far, with what, 3 kills in 24 minutes.
Yeah, it is a very quiet game. Neither team able to pick up too many kills.
Just trying to farm it up and get to level 18.
And I was right, Kale picking up that BF sword, so she was saving up for that. And she may be picking up the Infinity Edge next. And once she finishes that IE, it's going to be a very, very big difference in the team fights. Prior to that, however, she's going to be a little bit weak. And not quite able to shred through Shen anymore, because he's got that Warmogs and the Chain Vest. Corky's gone for that Bloodthirster, you were right. So he really wants to have that sustain. I think he's been having a tough time against Graves. Right now, if you look at the score, he is about 50 CS behind.
Wow, 50 is good.
Yeah, so I think he wants to just pick up that Bloodthirster so that he can deal with the Graves in lane. Graves has that Bloodthirster as well, so he's been pushing Corky out of lane very, very easily.
I think it will be non-stop farm for the next 2 minutes until Dragon spawns. That might be the determining fight.
Yeah, neither team really wants to engage here. Hagane's got that Oracles. That's going to be a bit helpful.
Which is kind of surprising actually, because both Maokai and Alistar are really aggressive junglers. So
you'd expect them to pick up the Oracles?
Yeah. No, they both have Oracles actually. Alistar has got Oracles, but they haven't been diving that much actually.
Oh yeah, that's true. And Alistar has a lot of potential to dive, I feel.
Yep.
But they haven't been taking advantage of that. Gonna plant that ward there. We may see a fight break out here over that ward.
They're just preparing for Dragon.
Yep, 1 minute till Dragon is active, and both teams are all around the Dragon area.
Well, not too sure what happened because it's a free tower for SAJ there.
Are they gonna try to do a Baron?
Wow.
This is a very risky maneuver, and I think the Saigon Jokers do realize this. They're going to be able to figure out what KLH is doing. And I'm not too sure whether I can agree with this. They are doing it very quickly though. It's already down to that little bit of health. They should be able to pick up this Baron. And it's going to go down to the smite.
Wow, he stole it.
Oh, that smite steal there from Junie. That was the play of the match there for sure. Very nice out there by Morgana. Going to catch a couple of people, but it's not going to be enough. And we see the KL Hunters falling one by one. And at this point, they must be scratching their heads, wondering how on earth a single Alistar managed to pick up that Baron. Here we go, Jae-young getting taken out. And we see a flash going down from Corky. Corky has the red buff.
Yep,
so it is. Oh, gonna hit that turret there.
Wow.
He took that shot.
That was a really nice call, but it backfired.
It was almost done there. It was almost done. I think
high risk, high rewards, but it didn't happen. It didn't pay off.
Wow, they could have gotten that Baron. I felt like how it was quite a bad move on their part to allow just a single champion, Alistar, to come in there and get it.
It's a good play because it's daring, and they actually nearly did it, if not for it being stolen. But looking at their team comp, I don't see how they might want to consider Baron in the first place because they actually do it really slowly. Yeah, in fact they did it for almost like 20 seconds.
But if you think about it, they had a lot of snares and stuns that they could have used to stop Alistar.
Yeah, it's just stop Alistar.
I mean, I know that he's got his unbreakable will that will pull off a single snare. So but they've got so many. They got like stuns, snares, taunts. So really, really no excuse for them to lose that.
Yeah. So now SAJ is 5k ahead from being about 2k down.
Yeah, that was a very nice comeback for them, and I think the team must be patting Junior on the back at this point. He's been doing a great job dewarding all of that stuff.
Yeah, when the play aging at bottom, Reverie goes down.
Ooh, going in with that headbutt. Jae-young gonna get the assistance of the Revelry as well. Epion's now getting slowed very drastically by Janna, and he's gonna go in there.
Shen and Morgana is both here.
Wow, that Janna out just pushing everyone away. And they're gonna disengage. Wow.
Pretty exciting now. Plays are being made all over the place.
Nobody wants to commit to a big fight here. They're just happy to reset it. And you know what? Kale's happy as well. She's gonna be able to farm the top lane unhindered. She's got a blue and red buff.
And she's got the IE up as well. She's really
wow,
fed now.
She's very, very strong right now.
Yep, and Corki just completes his TF, Trinity Force. And haven't seen this much. In fact, I haven't seen it in a long time after its nerf, which is the Atma's Impaler on Shen.
Wow, very, very interesting. Atma's Impaler on
because it was originally 2% of the person's max HP, so they nerfed it to 1.5 and people stopped going in.
Yeah, I haven't seen Atma's Impaler being picked at all for a very, very long time. More often you see Wit's End being picked up on Shen. And I mean, Wit's End would be great against Kale as well because she does a lot of magic damage. Her Righteous Fury, I think that's what it's called.
So we've got a comment saying that SAJ is listening to the stream, so you know that KLH was doing the Baron, but I don't think so because actually
there's a 3-minute delay.
Yeah.
So unless they've got a portal into the future, it would have been quite hard for them to hear us talking about the Baron.
I think a big player will be coming up soon.
Oh, this is going to be a very, very big push here.
Alistar being able to dive really easily and kills out.
But they have very nice creep clearing ability with the buckshot.
Oh, countered.
Wow, going in for that taunt on QTB. QTB getting very low here. He's going to pop his ult. He is invulnerable for a short time now. And Absolute Zero does go down from Melody there.
Too deep there.
Oh, he's very, very deep in there. Violet trying to put in as much damage as he can, but now Violet finds himself caught. He's going to use his Valkyrie to try to get away, but Monkey's there leading the charge. He's very thick, but he's still going to get burned down there by Violet. And now Jae-young dashing in to find himself killed here. And that was initially a very good move for KLH, and then suddenly things went awry as they tried to follow up and chase too much. Violet, they're going to pick up another kill on Taric, and they should be able to pick up another tower here, and possibly the inhibitor as well. So KLH was doing pretty well there when they caught Alistar as he jumped in all the way to the back line. I think they should have just stopped it there and not chased. But they decided to go straight for them. I think Monkeys was really low on health, but he still decided to chase.
That was really unfortunate. I think KLH has had a really good game. They've made really good plays thus far, but the end product just not what they wanted because I think they're a bit inexperienced with knowing when to back off. And the balance still was a bit unfortunate. I think Alistar got lucky there.
Yeah, definitely lucky. I mean, around there that could have stopped him.
And at the moment when he went in was actually the moment when Baron was gonna die. He was actually hesitating for a bit. So it was pretty fortunate for SAJ there.
And somebody does say hi, Kai Ling, in the comments. So yeah, we do read the comments, guys. But the thing is, they do update a bit slowly, so forgive us if we don't reply straight away to your comments. But yeah, we do keep an eye on the YouTube comments every once in a while. And right now, look at that Kale. She's gonna be picking up a Zeal as well as the
Phantom Dancer.
Yeah, once she gets that Phantom Dancer, it's gonna be really difficult to deal with her because they're gonna have two really high damage dealers. We've got Corky as well as Kale. It's gonna be burning through stuff, and we've got the Divine Intervention from Kale to keep them alive.
It's not looking good for KLH at all. Like now, almost a 7k goal difference.
They're going to be able to pick up the blue buff here, and that's going to be quite painful for KLH. Losing these buffs. Corky going to be able to launch those missiles. Very, very irritating with that poke.
KLH still has a team comp where they can fight back though. You just need to not overextend beyond the tower. Let Saigon Jokers dive them and hopefully get the kills from there.
Yeah, I think if Goldens manages to land a good ult, they can come back from this one. And he does have that Zonia. Ooh, very close dot binding there. But the thing is that the Kale ult is going to be very, very irritating for them to deal with.
Yep.
So Saigon Jokers here can afford to just keep on poking from the outside. They don't have to force anything here. They are in the lead. So they're going to play it safely. Just poke a little bit on that turret.
Baron is coming up in about 30 seconds.
And they are going to contest for this Baron. So the bottom lane is pushing in. They may lose that turret at the bottom lane if
Baron is up now.
So I think they're gonna have
they're gonna bait. Oh, nice settling there, nice.
It's gonna spot the entire team. Monkey is leading the charge there. I'm not too sure why he's so far in front. That bottom turret though is taking damage while the rest of the team is here trying to stop the Baron.
Oh, look, they're starting on Baron now. Doing a 4-man.
Garena is going to try to hold them off. She wants to be careful not to get caught though. And the Baron is really low. They're going to be able to grab this for sure before anyone's able to come in here. And now things are really, really bad for KLH. Yeah. They're coming in just too late there. MLE going to be the one who gets the kill ult. And he's going to escape from that. The Zonias does go down from his Goldens, but it's not going to help at all. Kale's going to be able to pick up the kill on him. And yikes, that is going to be a triple kill for an already fat Corky.
SAJ can definitely end the game now.
This is going to be it, yeah. There's a 30-second res timers on most of the team.
It's quite unfortunate that KLH doesn't have the Arista to like 1v4. Remember last week?
Yeah, they don't have, they need little balls. Wow, look at Kale just going in there, grabbing the kill on Great.
Oh, and last second
look
ace.
at that. Last minute ace.
Wow.
Very nice play there by the Saigon Jokers. I love their team composition. It's so weird, but it somehow all came together.
I think KLH really should have done better this game. They did really well. The plays were intelligent plays, but they just couldn't pull it off at the end. Especially the Baron steal was really.
It was the execution, I think.
Yeah,
the strategy was there, but they didn't execute it well.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so just messing up on their execution there. Otherwise, I think the KL Hunters had a very good opportunity to win. So now their top spot in the top 3 is going to be in contention because of that.
So now they're joint third.
Yeah, so it's a shared third place now between the KL Hunters and the Saigon Jokers. And it seems like the newest addition to the Saigon Jokers really proved himself in that game.
Yep.
QTV, I must say, did really well, put a lot of pressure on the Shen. I didn't quite like how he moved around a bit too much though once he had that advantage.
Bottom lane.
Yeah, so I felt like he could have done more. He had an advantage against Shen, but he didn't really like take full advantage of it. He started roaming and it didn't really pay off, so that was a bit wasted. But other than that, I think he did really well, and it just showed us why Kale is a really popular pick in the top lane now.
It's a really good game for QTV, especially his first game.
Yeah,
so such a big game as well.
I'm sure that his team really loves him, especially Junie. Junie is probably getting the love of his entire team right now.
After the Baron steal.
Yeah, a very, very great Baron steal. At the last minute, it was so close for them, for KLH to grab that Baron, but it was just a little bit too far. So up next, we're going to see the Bangkok Titans go up against the Manila Eagles. The Manila Eagles getting very popular after their against the Taipei Assassins a couple of weeks back, but since then they haven't been performing quite as well as that one time against the Taipei Assassins. So let's see whether the Bangkok Titans can take advantage of their losing streak.
And get their first win.
Yeah, and get their first win. So both teams have not been doing very well. So I foresee that it's going to be
Bangkok Titans.
Yeah, that is a little bit of an understatement for them. So it's really time for the Bangkok Titans and the Manila Eagles. Both of these teams want to redeem themselves. I'm sure the Bangkok Titans more so than any other team in the league right now. And we're going to just take a short break before we come back for the next matches. So we'll see you.
It's the biggest League of Legends event yet.
The best players from around the globe are competing for the biggest prize pool in the history of esports.
Announcing the Season 2 World Championship.
Riot and the entire League of Legends community have been watching Season 2 unfold, and the competition has been fierce. Early leaders like SK Gaming, CLG, TSM, and Dignitas quickly emerged, but upstarts such as MIG, World Elite, and Moscow loaded onto the scene.
Wanted to make a statement to players around the world when we committed to a multi-million-dollar prize pool. League of Legends will be an esports leader for years to come. So far, we've awarded over $1 million in prize money to teams around the globe. And one of those teams is going to walk away with the grand prize. We can't wait to see how many summoners watch the rest of this season's events. Just halfway through the season, more people are watching League of Legends than tune in to watch Major League Baseball games on ESPN.
Regional finals will come to you live from around the world. We kick off in mainland China at ChinaJoy in July, followed by Europe at Gamescom in August, North America at PAX Prime in September, Southeast Asia, Singapore and Taiwan, and wrapping up in Korea at the OnGameNet Esports Stadium. After the regional winners have been declared, the top 12 teams will then put it all on the line during the Season 2 World Championship in Los Angeles, California.
We want to show our players and the world that Riot Games is committed to elevating esports. And that's why we are raising the bar to where it belongs. This is not going to be your typical esport event. And it's all in support of the insane competition between the two best teams on the planet.
The Season 2 World Championship. Tickets go on sale this summer.
And we're live.
Hi.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the GPL Live. Of course, I'm GM Prince, and with me is
GM Ryla.
we're sitting in for GM Shift and GM Yao, who are currently in Pampanga for the
Nasa
CM Storm
Pampanga pa rin po sila.
tournament. Yes. Okay, so for tonight's match, it's the Bangkok Titans versus our very own Manila Eagles. Or Manila Aguilas. Actually, let's look at the lineup for tonight.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. For the team Aguilas, we have Kaigu as the AP carry, VYY as the AD carry. Of course, Dynasty from AP carry, he's now the support of the team. Then Rubenga from support is now the top laner. For the jungle, there's Misery. For AD carry reserve, there's Morpheus and Ghost for support. Of course, Solindra will
For the AP carry, it's Lemonu. And for the jungle, it's Luis Francois. Top is Fleur. And AD carry is M15. How do you read that?
El Capi.
El Capi. Sorry. For AP carry, that's Leia Slipper. Top is MED. And AP or AD carry is THA. Right. So there you have it.
Yes, of course, for those who have or are first time lang manood ng GPL, for your information, the GPL or the Garena Premier League is Asia's first fully professional League of Legends league. So meaning, yung mga nagpa-participate na teams, we have of course the Manila Aguilas, the Bangkok Titans from Thailand, the Saigon Jokers from Vietnam, the Singapore Sentinels from Singapore, Taipei Assassins from Taiwan, and last one is actually
Hunters?
Yeah, sorry, the Kuala Lumpur Hunters from Malaysia.
Yes.
Are fully professional teams, meaning they're paid teams. They have monthly salaries, they have training provided by Garena and such like that. Okay. Of course, let's look at the current standings for the league. Yeah, okay. So, leading pa rin for now.
Assassins.
Yeah, the Taipei Assassins. The previously undefeated, of course, defeated once only to the Manila Aguilas.
Oh, Eagles.
Eagles. Oh, Aguilas, Eagles. Okay lang. Of course, the Singapore Sentinels at second. Games played is 11 and then games won is 9. They've only been defeated twice to the Taipei Assassins naman. Of course, on third place is Kuala Lumpur Hunters. They actually secured na yung they have secured the third place just the previous match to this one. So it's actually 11-6 the score now. Of course, this is not yet updated.
They're against Jokers?
Yes, against the Saigon Jokers. Of course, on fourth and fifth tied is the Manila Eagles and the Saigon Jokers. On the last place is the Bangkok Titans.
Alright.
Okay.
So yung mga kalaban nila nga today
Yes, of course.
or tonight is Titans.
If you're asking why, of course, we're taking note of their games played and their the matches played and the games won, it's because it's actually one of the base. Actually, it's the basis for who will be going back actually to Taiwan. We're not sure, of course, Taiwan nga. For the finals game. So let's look at the road to championship.
Okay. We're still looking for the road to championship.
Gonna take the road. Anyway guys, right now, so sabi nga namin ang kalaban ng Manila Aguilas is the Bangkok Titans.
Okay, so we're still looking for the road to championship.
Okay, we'd like to take our sponsors.
Yes, ECS Motherboards, BenQ, Power Color, our official gear sponsor, SteelSeries Professional Gaming Gears, our official PC partner, PC Works, our official venue partner, Pacific Esports.
And of course, hi to Miss Vange, the
Hello,
owner of Pacific Esports.
Yes, sir.
And actually, the drafting has now started. So, Of course, let's explain muna yung road to championship.
Yes.
Of course, the top 3 in terms of matches and wins by the end of the season would go. Would fight head to head for the GPL championship title. Of course, the second and the third place in terms of standings would play on best of 3. The winner would play best of 5 with the first placer. And of course, whoever emerges victorious would be the GPL champions. Guys, $10,000 for the GPL champions.
Wow.
Who would not want that, diba?
$10,000.
Okay, and then of course, let's proceed now to the drafting.
Okay, so sino na ba yung mga nababan nila?
Of course, on the blue side or the blue team is Bangkok Titans, and then the purple team is of course
Manila
the Manila Eagles. Banned right now is for the Bangkok Titans it's Urgot, and for the Manila Eagles it's Ari. Of course, one of the reasons why Ari is being banned is of course very good laning in the mid. Syempre,
and yung ult niya sobrang masakit.
Yeah, masakit
at
actually.
Pantakas din siya.
Yeah,
panghabol and pantakas
her
at the same
ult
time.
is actually has this parang twice the use kasi. So it can be her way to go in and out of battle.
Yep, very useful sa clashes
useful.
Talaga siya.
Of course, Urgot masakit yan at the start. Sobrang sakit nung
mukhang nakatunog sila sa Urgot.
Yes, especially if naka-lock in yung every time he locks in the first skill actually.
Bakit pag nilock in first skill, parang homing?
Yeah, it's actually homing. He has to hit you with the Noxian something. Okay. Of course, Manila Eagles also banned Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate, of course, we've seen this band a lot of times. This is due to his almost global ulti. Yeah, Destiny.
So,
yeah.
Yesterday na-ban din siya.
Yeah, na-ban din siya. Of course, from the Bangkok Titans, we saw Kassadin banned. Actually, pinag-usapan din to previously na okay, so I think they have a slight technical problem.
Difficulty?
Yeah, technical difficulty. Actually, one of the Bangkok Titans got disconnected. Okay, guys. Again, if ever you're looking for updates sa GPL, you can always log into gpl.garena.com. That's the official website of the Garena Premier League. So you can find there the
GPL.
The GPL standings, match highlights. Of course, there's the statistics for weekly bans and picks. You find there sino yung mga champions na usually banned, usually picked. Yeah, gpl.garena.com. There.
Yes, maraming nagtatanong kung ano na pong standing ng Manila Águilas, so they could see the standings here.
Yes, of course, the gpl.garena.com. And you can also visit the Aguilas website.
Ando din.
Yeah, it's aguilas.ph.
Aguilas.ph. Wag .com kasi iba yun.
Yeah, iba yung .com. Of course, if you're looking for the latest updates on promos, contests that LOLPH is offering, you can always log on to facebook.com/LOLPH. LOLPH. Okay? So of course, since GM Ryla is with me, GM Ryla is the community manager for Garena Philippines. So
yes, so I handle the community of Garena, and in-invite ko kayo na i-check yung bagong labas na community portal. That's community.garena.ph. So if you have artworks, if you have like what do you call this? Yung mga fictional stories about LOL champions or
fanfic.
Yes, fan fictions.
Yes,
that's it.
Wallpapers,
you could submit them there,
art,
and you could be featured sa community portal namin.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah. Of course, we have ongoing promos then. So if you want to win cool SteelSeries gears, that's mouse pads and of course a Kinzu mouse.
Kinzu, wow.
Kinzu mouse. So yeah, you can join our Like Us Sir promo.
Like Us Sir.
Yeah, just like our page. GM Ryla, ano yung mga page na kailangan nilang i-like?
Yung mga page na kailangan nyo i-like is yung LOL fan page, Garena fan page, and of course yung Manila Eagles or Manila Águilas fan page, and SteelSeries fan page. So there.
Yes. And of course, guys, if ever, sorry. So show us how much you love LOL
Is this another promo?
Yeah, it's another promo. So you can also win cool Steel Series gears.
Parang mas gusto ko to.
Gusto ko rin to.
Kasi mukhang headset eh. Narinig ko headset.
Yeah, actually you can get the chance to win a limited edition Steel Series Navy Yellow headset. So you can win this by joining the iHeartLOL event. Actually, for more info, you can go to lol.ph for more info. Yeah.
So parang lang siyang fan sign contest.
Yeah, fan sign contest.
Pero may requirement na kumbrado kayo. Kumbrado post. If you want to check what kumbrado is, you could just go to lol.ph for the mechanics of the said contest.
Yes.
All right.
Of course, I think it's already done by now, but we'd like to congratulate everyone who joined the CM Storm Pampanga tournament, si Kasky Internet Cafe.
Yan ang dahilan kung bakit wala si Meow, si Pretty Meow at si Kajo.
Bubbly Shift.
Yes, Bubbly Shift.
Yes.
So wala sila ngayon. But they're in Pampanga. They're still in Pampanga.
Yes. Of course, if you missed it, next week nasa Cavite naman kami. Yeah, for the CM Storm Cavite tournament. So, of course, there's a free play on June 28th at the Truthcaster Internet Cafe and on the 29th at the Saibans Internet Cafe. While on the 30th, Jim Ryla?
On the 30th, there would be a tournament at the Saibans Internet Cafe.
Yes. So if gusto nyo sumali, if you want to win CM Storm gears, you can just go to the cafe and register your teams.
Yes, sir.
And of course, unleash the might of the sun with the new Iron Solaris skin, which is now available sa LOLPH in-game store for only
200 riot points.
200 riot points. Guys, sobrang ganda nan.
Ganda ng Iron Solaris.
Iron Solaris.
Magiging best support kayo pag pag ginamit niyo yun.
Okay. And then again, of course, we want to congratulate WildTNC.com for winning the previously held GMPGL LOL leg last Sunday sa Mineski Infinity Moraita. Yeah.
Okay.
Congrats guys. Of course, congrats din sa mga placers, BG, Prime, of course Prime was not there, sorry. BG, we have of course the Manila Aguilas was there.
Yes. Manila Aguilas was there.
Juice and all the other professional teams who joined us dun sa event.
So,
of course,
mga na-meet naming players.
Yeah, of course.
Hello, sana nanonood kayo.
And then of course, we would like to invite you guys na rin to join the next leg. Of course, announcements
Kailan ba yun?
Of info coming soon.
Wala pa. Wala pang date.
It's on July. This coming July.
Alright. Yeah. Okay,
guys. Of course, again, we'd like to thank our sponsors.
Alright, so that's ECS Motherboards, BenQ, Power Color, our official gear sponsor, Steel Series Professional Gaming Gears, our official PC partner, PC Works, and our official venue partner, of course, Pacific Esports.
Yes.
Wala ka bang gustong kamustahin dyan?
Of course, kamusta sa lahat ng LOL moderators natin. Of course, HON mods din, Pudding, Seth.
And yung mga CSR people, hello!
Hi,
ang dami nga, si Jorn, hi Mac!
Yes.
And
Hi,
si
Mac.
JV, okay magtampo si Tohits.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi sa boss namin, si Sir Jan.
Hi Sir Jan.
Hi.
I think
we're back to the drafting again.
There.
Yes. Of course, they will be doing the same bands as kanina. First band, of course, for Bangkok Titans is Urgot. Okay, of course, for the Aguilas, they'll be banning Arionex.
So, same bands
Yeah,
sila.
same bands. Same bands, of course, except for the last few ones.
Nakailang band na sila kanina? Apat? I
Yes.
think?
Ayun, as I was saying kanina, previously, nung sa umpisa ng GPL, teams do not know each other pa kasi, di ba? So, bago yung mga teams, bago nila nakakalaro. So, usually, yung mga bans is towards the strategy. So, halimbawa, baban mo si Shen dahil because of his global. Of course, now Shen is still being banned. Twisted Fate, of course, for his Destiny. Right now kasi teams more or less got to know more of their opponent. So that's why we're seeing more of the team-specific bans. So if you remember, si Kassadin was a very essential champion that Manila Aguilas used during their match with the Taipei Assassins last time.
So parang kilala na kasi nila.
Yeah, so kilala na ng Bangkok Titans na okay, the Manila Eagles use Kassadin. Of course, we might see the next Graves there.
What happened? Bakit hindi na sila nag-ban?
Maybe they missed the last ban.
So the Titans missed their last ban, I think. Yeah.
I think. Yeah, actually they did miss their last
ban. Yeah, kasi
ban.
picking na sila eh.
Yeah. Of course, as we were saying, Twisted Fate and Shen, basic bans for competitive games where Shen is really very mobile in the map.
Ninja, sabi nga ni GM Shift.
It's ninja.
May ninja talaga si Shen.
So, usually he's banned because of his ultimate, of course his tanking abilities. We've seen games na teams almost killing the carries, but then Shen to the rescue.
So,
the ninja to the rescue.
Let's proceed with the picking naman. Bakit? What do you think kinounter nila?
Yeah, actually, for those of course new to LOL then, picking actually, why you can see na medyo alternate yung picking. So, of course guys,
isa muna.
Yeah, sa mga familiar na, sorry guys, we're just explaining this for those na
newbies
to LOL. Of course, they're doing alternate picks and bans actually sometimes to counter yung opponents nila. So if we see, usually they pick the carries first, then they do the supports later on. So we've seen Alistar picked by Bangkok Titans. Alistar, of course, tanky si Alistar with this ultimate, and of course the pulverized and the smash. Yeah.
Okay, so bakit si Nocturne?
Yeah, for the Manila Eagles, we've seen Nocturne. His ult is very, very effective, especially during clashes.
Sinabi mo pa.
It's half the map. He can jump half of the map, and then the darkness, usually nakakasira ng clash talaga. So parang mag-commit na kayo with the clash, and then everything's
lang didilim.
Yeah, and then you can actually close into the carry agad eh. Then of course, we see Graves being picked. Definitely, or probably.
Nararamdaman ko na kung sino mag-Graves.
Probably it's VYY is going to use
it.
Of course, he's well known for this. Of course, during their match then against the Taipei Assassins.
Yep.
For the Bangkok Titans, they pick Dr. Mundo and Vladimir.
Yep.
Dr. Mundo, of course, most probably they would use this as the jungler. More of the jungler. He's effective as a jungler because of his innate ability, the 1% regen, of course, his ultimate. Then we see Vladimir, of course, AoE skills. Very easy to farm with the first skill. For the Aguilas, they've picked Tarek and Irelia. Okay, Tarek of course would do the support role here. Irelia most probably Rebenga would use this as the top. Irelia is very effective at the top because of her, of course, more tanky siya.
Tanky and masakit sa Irelia.
Of the AD carries, she's one of the tanky ones din kasi.
And yung si Tarek, yung stun niya sobrang
Tarek is a very effective pick as support. Of course, we haven't seen Tarek that much at GPL.
Yes.
Usually we've seen so far. I mean, most of the time we've seen, say, Soraka.
Sabagay. Jana. Oh, may Anivia na.
For the Bangkok Titans, we have Anivia most definitely as the AP carry.
So, Corky.
And then Corky. Corky, very effective. You can actually pick up kills from afar because of his ultimate. And then of course the post.
Mukhang ang layo nung
it's really
nung range
especially
ni
yung the big one, big one. It's really it has an AoE damage din kasi.
Yes.
And we're seeing the last pick from the Manila Eagles, Akali. Okay. So GM Rela, ano masasabi mo? What do you think would be I mean, what do you think would be the ano yung sa tingin mo magiging strategy ni Eagles dito?
Ganun lang nasabi ko eh.
Actually,
lagi naman kasi sila nagpapalit-palit ng strategy. Depende talaga sa makakalaban nila. And also, like, nakausap ko sila kanina lang. They've learned from their mistake last night.
Yes.
So, I think from those points, dun sila huhugot ng strategy nila ngayon.
Actually,
although, hindi ako ganun masyado namang kagaling sa mga strategies. Pero, wala lang. Excited lang ako. Makita mo ang gagawin nila.
We've seen a Graves here picked. So, most definitely si VY.
Si V ang carry talaga.
VY would be doing...
nag-Kartos si Kaigo.
Yeah, actually, of course, Kartos is the last pick from the Agres. It's not Akali. It's Kartos to be used by Kaigo. For Kartos naman, it's actually the AoE damage, the slow from the wall. Yeah, and then of course, the ultimate.
Na kahit patay na siya, nakakapatay pa rin siya.
Yung Rekim kasi medyo malakas na, lalo na if he's be able to stock up on AP and magic penetration items.
Yes.
Yes.
Excited na ako. Gusto ko naman nood.
Of course, while we're waiting for the game to load, we'd like to thank, of course, again, our sponsors.
Yes, again, thank you to our sponsors, ECS Motherboards, BenQ Power Collar, our official gear sponsor, SteelSeries Professional Gaming Gears, our official PC partner, PC Works, and of course, our official venue partner, Pacific Esports.
Yes. Of course, thank you to Miss Vange, the owner of Pacific
Hi, Miss
Esports.
Vange.
And of course, the manager of the Manila Eagles.
Sana nanonood ngayon si Shift at saka si Meow. May bilin kasi ako sa kanila. So, magkakalimutan na.
Yes. Yung chicharon daw ni GM Ryla.
Kaya ako yung fluffy eh.
Yes.
Bakit masarap, di ba?
Of course, hi to GM Eunice and GM Gray.
Hi, GM Eunice. Hi, GM Gray.
Yeah.
I think they're playing right now din.
Who's in the other room lang. Yeah.
Ayun. So, there. Ano nang nangyayari?
Yes. Of course, guys, if you want to know more about the Agilas, you can actually visit their official website, agilas.ph.
Oh, yeah. Like nyo yung, saka yung page nila sa Facebook. Konti pa lang. Like.
Actually, it's one of the requirements for the Like Us search challenge.
Yes. Per like, 1 entry siya.
Yeah, 1 entry.
So, ipon lang kayo ng likes and there.
Yes.
1 like equals 1 entry.
Yeah, actually, of course, with regards naman to the teams playing right now, Bangkok Titans, of course, they haven't been doing that good for the past few for the start, and of course up to now.
Wala pa rin nga. Medyo sad nga kasi
of course, however, of course, as our counterparts din sa Singapore mentioned, they're actually one of the teams that have been seen, that we've seen great improvement on. Of course, they have that much room for improvement, syempre. They're new to LOL. They've recently started yung beta nila sa Thailand. Of course, playing with pro teams such as Singapore Sentinels, Taipei Assassins, of course, one of the big pro teams.
Talaga sila
they've learned a lot from the GPL. So,
and strategy talaga.
So let's expect na Bangkok Titans will be seen a lot more in the competitive scene. Of course, guys, watch out then for info on the League of Legends Season 2 qualifier for the Philippines.
Wow!
Yeah, of course, the winner of this qualifier would go to the regional qualifiers together with the Southeast Asian countries. And then, of course, the winner for the regional qualifier would compete in Los Angeles, California for the Season 2 finals. Guys, that's $3 million prize pool. So,
and they would get the chance to go to LA.
LA pa, di ba? Yung pala makapunta sa LA, malaking bagay na.
Dala niyo ako na snow ha.
Pag nanalo ka pa $3 million. Yes.
Ayun.
Okay, so guys, watch out for the info there. And then of course,
saan ulit nila makikita yun?
Of course, they can go to lol.ph for more info.
Nandoon lahat regarding LOL.
Yes. Of course, we have a lot more upcoming tournaments. Not just in Manila. Of course, we have some that that are up our sleeves. So guys, watch out for info. Yeah, we have a lot of esports stuff coming your way. So if you want to prove yourself more, maraming chances for you. Of course, we have the MSI Overdrive this coming July 6, 7, and 8. So watch out for 8 of the best LOL teams in the country. It's actually
part ba siyang tournament ba to?
Yeah, it's a tournament. It's an LOL tournament. Actually, it's an invitational tournament. So we invited the top 6 from the MPGL. We invited one team to represent Iloilo, one of our big
from Iloilo, they
big
would go
community
here.
talaga. Ang laking community doon. So and then of course the Manila Aguilas. And of course now we're in game.
We're in game.
Of course the blue side is the Bangkok Titans and the Eagles on the
excited
purple
lang
side. So for those who have just tuned in, welcome to the Garena Premier League match between the Bangkok Titans and the Manila Eagles. Thailand versus the Philippines. Yes. Of course, for those who don't know what the GPL is, it's Asia's first fully professional League of Legends league. Which means lahat po ng teams na nagpa-participate dito are fully paid professionals.
Yes.
Okay, so we're seeing here.
What are they doing?
Yeah, so we're seeing the teams lining up for a possible early game clash.
Let's see.
Yeah. So we're seeing the Manila Eagles staying at the top, playing bush, maybe to try and lure someone up there. Of course, we're down below. We can see Vladimir guarding the blue side. Maybe more or less sure of fainting na baka may kumukuha ng blue or something, but not.
Pero nasa kabila pala sila.
Yes.
Wala pa rin action. Mga kaibigan, tahimik pa rin ang mundo ng Summoner's Rift.
Yes, by the way guys, also
ano yun? Surprise. Ano yun, Jeffers?
Available din yung Battle Cast Urgot pala.
Yung bakal-bakal Urgot.
Yeah. So if you want, you can actually purchase it.
Ay, lumabas sila. Nangyari.
Okay, so
I think
MLE
they're going
here,
to get the blue buff. Yes, they are getting the blue buff. Inuna na ang blue dahil kahapon hindi sila nakuha ng blue.
Yes. Ngayon, gusto nila kumuha ng blue.
Ngayon, una na ang blue. Amin na ang blue nyo.
So they are invading the jungle for
They got the blue.
While Bangkok Titans are going for the red buff to be given to, of course, their jungler Dr. Mundo. Played by Bangkok Titans. Bangkok Titan.
Yes.
Geno.
Nagilito ako. Purple ang MLE. Tama.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, for Carters, they usually get the first skill. It's actually it's an effective last hitting skill.
Yung sa mouse, kung nasan yung mouse,
yeah,
yung
actually,
puputok.
where your pointer is, you can, if you cast it,
puputok.
Yeah, of course, puputok wherever you're
Kasi na pinoint yung mouse,
yes.
puputok siya.
And then of course it does extra damage if isang target lang yung tinamaan.
So mas malakas. Kapag isang target lang, mas malakas siya.
That's why they really get it. If you're playing Carters, you get it first so you can farm more minions. Of course, for the bottom lane, we've seen kanina VYY supported by Ghost.
So silang dalawang partners. Yeah. Again, of course, VYY and Ghost.
Yes.
So kinuha ni...
the Bangkok Titans, Geno, just invaded the jungle of the Manila Eagles, effectively getting their red buff. Of course, for those din na bago to LOL, the buff usually goes back, responds after 5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Usually, sa mga pro teams, may someone talaga dyan na nag-take note of the time eh.
Yeah. Oo nga. Like, parang sa atin din, di ba, before?
Yeah.
May nag-take talaga ng time.
Yeah, someone times the jungle. Buffs are really effective, especially sa early game kasi you can gank using the red buff. It has a slow and the damage over time. Of course, the blue buff is very useful, especially if you give it to your mid lane AP carry.
Yeah, last night hindi nga nakakuha ng
unfortunately last night
si Rise na
for everyone's information, during the game versus Manila Agnes versus the Taipei Assassins. The Taipei Assassins actually effectively secured all the blue buffs. So kaya nangyari doon, medyo nahirapan si Kaigo using the Rise there.
Okay, so ano nangyayari sa bot?
Of course, bottom, of course, is more of the farming lane naman eh. So, playing safe yung mga
muna tayo.
Play safe yung mga champions dito. More of the last hitting. So far, leading on the minion kills is BKT MED with the Corki.
Sino siya?
Yeah.
Corki.
Yeah, Corki. It's 32 minion kills. Of course, VYY has 23. More or less, medyo lamang pa.
Yung gold, medyo lumalamang ang Titans ng... hindi.
Yeah,
Pareho lang.
Actually, it's the same. Right now, kasi it's more of the same kasi wala pa namang nakakuha ng... Well, wala pa nakakuha ng dragon, wala pa nakakuha...
Wala pa nakaka-kill.
Yeah, wala pang first blood. So, the goal difference is basically the same pa.
Okay, so sa taas medyo nagtutuos si... itong si Irelia at si Vladimir.
What's good with Vladimir kasi din is very good sustain sa lane eh. He has a first skill that has he has skills that has no cost, almost no cost at all. Except of course health.
And yung cooldown niya
yung
medyo
iba.
okay din.
Yeah. So
may life steal pa siya.
Yeah, actually he can gain life with his first skill. Blood transfusion.
Alright.
Okay, we're seeing here. Of course, Ariella naman has a very good life steal with her third skill.
Okay, so in-stun si Alistar! Ito na naman ako.
Alistar there with the headbutt.
Ako suligaw dito, bahala kayo dyan, mga kaibigan.
On the top, we're seeing Revenga being ganked by the Dr. Mundo, Zeno, from the Bangkok Titans.
Yes, oh no!
Are they going to pick up the kill? And
no, hindi siya namatay, mga kaibigan. Buhay si Revenga.
What's good with Ariella then, it's very tanky. So tanky carry.
Tanky carry. Dito ako nag-Irelia. Makapag-Irelia nga ako next time.
Yeah, mag-Irelia tayo mamaya.
Nalaro ko mamaya, akala nyo. Ayan, so sa bottom, ganun pa din. Farm. Si VYY at si Ghost.
Yep.
And si MED and Ceres naman from the Titans. Oh, si Kaigo.
So, alam mo naman, mahirap din yung role ng support, diba? Parang,
naman.
Yeah, sobrang hirap. So, yung
for your information, guys, nag-support ako.
Guys, yung mga ayaw mag-support, yung mga gusto lagi mid or AFK ako. Parang ganun.
Mid or AFK.
Yes. Actually, mahirap talaga mag-support, guys.
Sobra.
Lagi kang, of course, lugi ka with the farming. Of course, you need to take care of your lane mate. Especially, of course, the AD carry. You have to buy the wards.
Mamaya, nasa bush na pala sila.
And we're seeing... Okay, MLE Kaigo just got the blue buff from the BKT. That's 2 blues out from the Aguilas na.
Yep.
I mean, out for the Aguilas, meaning, sorry.
Okay.
So, with that blue buff, actually, Kaigo would be able to constantly use his skill. So, he won't have to think about more.
Kasi mana-based nga pala si Card.
Don't have to think
hindi, may mana si Card.
Yeah, a lot for the mana regeneration. Because that's the blue buff gives additional mana regen and additional cooldown reduction.
So nagtutuos na naman si Irelia at ang Vladimir. Aray, masakit nasaktan si Vladimir dun.
Irelia's first skill naman instantly cools down when she kills a minion with it. So
okay.
Another effective farming skill din.
Sa bottom may action na naman.
Yeah. You can actually move from one minion to another with that.
Ayan, nagtutos na. Ang vampira ay medyo nasasaktan.
Irelia?
Kay Irelia. Dumudugo siya. Dinudugo si Vladimir.
I really love that Blood Lord Vladimir skin.
Oo, ang ganda. Guys, kung hindi nyo pa nakabibili yun, bilhin nyo na. Meron pa ba? Nasa store pa ba?
I think so.
I'm not sure. Niya. Kasi yung blood talagang ang ganda ng effects. Tapos matulo-tulo pa siyang ganun.
Yeah.
So there. Oh, eto naman. Si Kaigo at si Anivia, may pagtotoos ding nangyayari sa gitna. So, what do you think? Bakit nila inuuna si Alistar? Kasi kanina pa napapansin, laging ini-stun ni Ghost si Ceres.
Yeah.
Why Alistar? Bakit?
Actually, we don't know. Usually, you go first for the carry, right?
Instead of the... Pero...
Yeah, yun nga. Maybe because Alistar is more of the one overextending.
Mas malapit siya.
Yeah, actually he's going to that bush there over there where Ghost is.
Okay.
Kasi he wants to position parang position himself in a way na may threat to the Eagles
Yes.
Kasi you also we've seen a lot of competitive plays aside from putting awards dun sa side near to the dragon, of course, against ganks. Meron din dun sa bush to stop, of course, yung like for Alistar.
Medyo pumapalag ng MLE.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Yung bush kasi if you control it, you can actually harass
Ayan, dyan pala si Nocturne nasa bot.
Nocturne is
so
there.
Are they planning a gank?
Yeah. Maybe they're planning a gank, but they're a bit overextended, so
si Mundo nasaan ba?
Unless they let Bangkok Titans push it a bit. Yeah. Patience is the key.
Medyo matras sila ng konti. Sino yun? Si Mundo nasa top.
Mundo is on the top.
Oh no. Ayan na.
And
nag-gank na po mga kaibigan.
Got their Nocturne going in with his ultimate.
Anong nangyari?
Kaigu picking up the first blood with his Rekim. Of course, taking out Alistar, and that's 2-1 in favor of the Manila Eagles. Of course, the Eagles got the first blood there by Kaigu's Rekim. Yun yung masakit Kala mo nakakatakas ka na pero na-Rekim ka pa ni Cartus.
Nangyari na sa akin yun mga nasa base na ako. I'm safe. Tapos biglang, ay nako. Wala na. I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead. Okay, so, ayun pa rin. Ayan na.
Tower dive there.
Nag-tower dive na si Mundo.
Of course, they can't just tower dive. They went instead for the turret.
Oo nga. And si Irelia nasaan na?
Vladimir there.
Okay, so
Ariel's there. Of course, Misery
medyo
is going into assist there.
Ayan, napastan na po si Mundo.
Too bad Mundo has no ultimate.
Mamatay na si Mundo. Mamatay na. At namatay na nga po mga kaibigan. Sino yan? Sino yan?
Vladimir. Relax.
Nagsangguin si Vladimir. Sorry, na-excite ako.
Feared there by Nocturne.
So, 2 down.
2 down.
2 down sa Titans. So, that's 4-1 in favor of Manila Eagles. And yung goal difference medyo...
Yeah, it's 2K. It's not that much at
this point.
Hindi pa ganun kalaki.
Yes.
No one took Dragon yet, so...
oo nga pala si Dragon buhay pa. May pagtutuusap na naman dito.
Cartus there versus...
Anivia, cute. May mga bilog-bilog.
A wall there to block. Unfortunately, Cartus, the wall was still on its low level, so medyo inikutan lang ni Cartus.
Okay, dito ako. Medyo nag-freeze sa kabila. Dito tayo sa kabilang monitor. Ayun, gumalaw na yung sa akin. Ayan.
Of course, we're seeing Alistar there positioning himself for a gank.
So medyo parang gusto nilang kunin yung Dragon.
Yeah, however, there's a ward there by the Aguila, so yeah, they've been more cautious na. Yeah. Mahirap yung may ward.
Oo naman. Yeah. I see what you did there. Ganun lang yung ward.
Yes. MLE has just warded, and actually they are going for the dragon.
They're going for the dragon. Yeah, pinapatay na po ang ating dragon.
Going for the dragon, and
medyo malayo naman ng hindi, papalapit na rin. They got the dragon. Yeah. Yay!
So that's a very significant gold increase for the
Manila Eagles.
So,
however,
6 minutes
yung torrent ng Eagles sa top ay napabayaan, of course. But then again, may clash naman po sa baba.
Yeah.
At
Alistar there
si Alistar! Mapatay ba nila? No, hindi nila napatay.
Safety of the turret. And of course, Alistar's ulti reduces damage.
Masakit.
Almost there. Gabuhok na lang po, sir.
Piso na lang.
Piso na lang, sir. Sayang naman.
Sayang, sir. Sayang.
Sayang, sir. Of course, the Agiles got the dragon there 6 minutes before it responds.
Yung tower na lang sana. Itutuloy kaya nila. Tinutuloy na po. Tinutuloy na.
Yeah, I think they're going for the push there on the bottom turret. On the Bangkok Titans bottom turret. Misery just got the red buff from their side. He went in for the Anivia. Unfortunately, unfortunately for Anivia, Nocturne has the red.
Why?
Sayang.
That's piso na lang.
Actually, they have Kaigo does not have mana there.
Wala siyang mana.
So he cannot use his Slay Waste.
Sayang,
ability.
yung first kill.
Yeah. And then of course, Anivia would still be turning into an egg after that. So
may ult nga pala
it's a bit sayang din naman. So they're already on the turret, under the turret na. So it's a big risk if tinuloy pa nila yun.
Nabasag ba nila yung bottom turret ng ng
yes,
Bangkok?
They the Eagles were able to destroy the bottom turret of the Bangkok Titans.
However, medyo
we're seeing
madami
here
sa baba.
a push four of the Bangkok Titans going in for the bottom turret ng Manila Eagles.
Yes, at mukhang mabasag mga kaibigan.
Yep.
Basag na rin.
That's a turret down for the purple team.
However, sa taas medyo nagpo-push si Irelia.
Yeah.
Mukhang babawi ng Torre.
Leading with the minion kills is actually Anivia with 139 minion kills, followed by
oh no!
Oh!
Si VYY!
VYY just got ganked. He thought maybe nawala na yung mga wala na yung mga Bangkok Titans there. Actually, leading with the minion kills is actually Karthus.
Si Karthus na. Sige lang, Irelia, go!
Karthus already has the Rod of Ages. That's every minute it increases your life and your health and your ability power.
So bumabasag din
very useful for Karthus. Yeah.
Yes. Gusto ko palang wait lang. Kamustahin ko lang si Kuya Randy. Hi Kuya Randy. Nanonood ka ba?
Hi to Kuya Randy from our logistics
yes,
team.
Sir.
Hi, sir. Like us, sir.
Ayan. So, ano nangyayari?
Yeah, of course.
Pa rin.
As I was saying, Rod of Ages na si Karthus. Very useful yun for him, especially Karthus is medyo squishy So, kailangan yung help from the Rod of Ages.
Yeah.
VYY already has his pickaxe and his BF sword. So, he's definitely going for he's definitely going for the Infinity Edge.
Well, si Ghost nagdi-deward.
Ayun pa, isa pang role ng support
is
the support and the jungler is to deward. Wards are very useful things.
Nakikita ko lagi sina Jana, Sona, Soraka, laging merong Oracle.
Yeah, sometimes the tank uses
Dati nagtatanong ako, bakit? Di ba malambot sila? Yung pala hindi. Yeah. Okay lang. Sorry naman.
Yeah, sorry naman. So actually, I've been talking before with VYY. Actually, I was playing Graves before after nung game with Taipei Assassins. I was asking him kung ano yung mga usual item builds niya, and then he said na if sa tingin mo medyo lamang kayo, you go for the Bloodthirster. If sa tingin mo you need more of damage, parang ganun, or hindi ka sure masyado, you can actually go for the Infinity Edge. So if Graves is if VYY is going for the Infinity Edge, I guess medyo naninigurado lang din sila siguro.
I see.
Yeah. Of course we are the Aguilas trying to secure the middle turret ng Bangkok Titans.
Yes.
Irelia
positioning
herself on the blue buff ng Bangkok.
So they're stealing the blue Titans.
This is more of that strategy din ng Taipei Assassins kahapon.
Yeah, kagabi sobrang nakawan ng blue buff na nangyari.
Yeah, deny them of the blue buff and you deny yung AP carry na nila, yung mid. Actually, anyone of the team na needs that cooldown reduction, that mana regen.
Napapansin ko ngayon, nag-mirror sila ng galaw kasi pag nasa gitna yung iba, gitna rin yung kalaban.
Of course, you have to defend one thing.
Si Corky medyo tumataka sa bot.
Okay, that's the wall from Karthus. And then lay waste. Actually, masakit na yung lay waste niya eh.
Oo nga, laki na nabawasan kay Vladimir.
Yeah, of course, Kaigo already has the Rod of Ages and the needlessly large rod. So medyo masakit na talaga. Especially, and then mag-isa pa si Vladimir, so more damage.
Basag na po ang Torre.
A turret down for the Manila Eagles there.
Okay, so I think
I think they're signaling now. I think Dragon will be respawning soon.
Yes.
So they're positioning there now. Okay, Dragon is up. And
They're
Eagles
going to get the
goes in for it.
dragon.
If you notice guys, they're actually pulling the dragon out of the...
Bakit? Bakit ba ganun?
Because if you actually try to kill the dragon inside, there's possibility na matrap kayo dun eh. Parang wala kayong exit eh.
I see. So parang pag bigla kayong nilusob, wala kayong exit, lalo na kung wala kayong flash.
Lalo na kung wala kayong flash, yes.
I see.
Especially for this case, left side is the blue side is the Bangkok Titan. So meron silang advantage sa dragon, more or less.
So ito, I think they're going to push the mid.
To force that middle turret. MLE goes getting quite a lot of damage there from magic damage there from Anivia.
Pero hindi pa rin nila na-push.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good defense there actually by the Bangkok Titans. Hindi maganda with Anivia, parang you can actually clear up a whole minion wave by that lang eh. By the skill, by the ulti and then by the other skills then.
So there. I think
was the red buff, I think. Oh yeah. Kaigu going for their blue buff. And the Bangkok Titans going for the red buff.
Red buff. Kaya pala naglulupong-lupong yung mga Bangkok Titans doon sa ating jungle.
And then Geno there with Dr. Mundo, the warding the Eagles, the ward by the Manila Eagles there.
Okay, so hindi pa rin nababasag yung middle turret ng Titans.
Actually sticking to it talaga.
Ayaw nila iwan eh. No, you cannot have our turret.
So right now it's 2-4 in favor of the Manila Eagles. Of course, it's far away pa from the end, guys.
Yeah.
Just tuning.
Medyo matagal-tagal to.
Yeah.
At actually parang medyo safe din sila ngayon. Alam mo yun, parang medyo kalkulado talaga nila yung kilos nila.
Yeah. But of course, Eagles did a more aggressive strategy this time as compared yesterday. Yeah,
basag na.
Yeah, turret, middle turret down for the Bangkok Titans. As I was saying, medyo aggressive yung strategy ng Eagles ngayon as compared to last night. Last night kasi more of defensive sila eh.
Yeah, saka parang takot silang mag-invade ng jungle.
Yeah, when we asked Rebenga last night, sabi nga niya, their strategy sana was to snowball, meaning
What do you mean by snowball?
Meaning gain advantage through time. Parang farm lang tayo.
Farm muna.
Play
ganun.
safe, don't let the other team get the kills, and then if we have the chance to get the kills, we get the kills. Then in the end game, tayo yung lalamang, parang ganon. However, yun nga lang, na-counter strategy sila ni Taipei Assassins.
Yeah.
Taipei Assassins did more of a aggressive stance naman. So, Taipei Assassins denied them of the blue buff. Kaigo was not able to dominate his lane without the blue buff, of course.
Wala talaga, and Rise pa naman siya, which is mana-based.
Of course, Misery there got counter jungle then some way. Sabi rin nga ni Rebenga, the Shyvana there did a great job.
Oo, in fairness, agresibo si Shyvana.
So kudos to Taipei Assassins for that.
And hope we learned some valuable lessons.
Of course, hope the Manila Eagles to learn the valuable lessons. Of course, guys, medyo may mga haters din na we can see dun sa forums and all. Of course, guys, of course not being in favor of the Aguilas naman. But actually, everyone's been doing their job. Even the Bangkok Titans not haven't won yet. They're doing a lot. Of course, we're seeing there Nocturne going in for Corky.
Wala, nag-freeze ako.
Yeah.
Dito ako sa kabila.
Nocturne flashing out, saving himself.
Okay. Nasa likod si Graves, mga kaibigan. Ayan, at isa na lang natitira.
Kaigu releasing his Requiem. And that's an ace for the Manila Eagles. So good job there by Nocturne. He went in agad for Corky. So Corky was not able to free hit. So siyempre yung iba to the rescue ni Corky. And then what Nocturne did lang was to flash out afterwards.
Teka lang, nagbabasag na sila ng toilet.
Yeah, top turret down for the Bangkok Titans.
Mid turret, I think babasagin din ni Kaigu.
Let's see if Kaigu would be able to destroy it in time.
Sige pa.
Of course, Dr. Mundo and Alistair is getting there.
Konti na lang! Ayan.
Kasi medyo masakit na rin si Kaigo.
In fairness,
Yeah.
Oh no! Ayan, nabasag niya po.
He's got an endlessly large rod. He's got a rod of ages. He's got magic penetration from his sorcerer's thread. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's got the blasting one.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess
masakit na yun.
He might be going for a Rabadon. Actually, he did go for a Rabadon and then another blasting one there.
And elixir.
Yeah, an elixir of brilliance. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. For VY, of course, guys. Why we're saying yung mga items, of course. We don't know, of course, if all of you can see it on your screen.
Yeah.
Kasi
And saka yung iba, baka ngayon lang nakapanood ng ganito. Yeah. Para saan ba tong items na to? Yeah. So,
maraming players kasi nagtatanong kagabi bakit we're saying the basics pa. Of course, we expect din na
may new players tayo,
new players,
diba? Hindi naman tayo lahat expert.
Of course, we expect Dota players then to be watching in.
Oh, so they're
MLE
going for the Baron.
Let's see if the Bangkok Titans would be trying to get or steal it.
Yes, and I think they're going to steal the Baron.
They're trying to steal it.
No,
sorry,
they did not steal the Baron.
They did not steal the Baron. Nocturne going in there for Anivia, but he got headbutt by Alistar.
Sakit ng ult niya, no.
VYY there doing some really great damage there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's got of course, he's got an infinity edge there.
Ito na po. Ay!
A stand there from Anivia, but
wala na tamaan si
VYY.
Wala na ba to si Anivia, mga kaibigan?
Actually, they were trying to get the Baron. They would steal the Baron. Unfortunately, one of the skills kasi ni Graves is the smoke screen.
So
na-block yung view niya.
Oo, wala siya nakita.
Instead of Alistar going in for the headbutt pulverize combo, medyo
nawala.
Medyo nawala.
Medyo nabulag si Alistar. Nabulag ang ating
the Manila Eagles taking the advantage. They also took the dragon.
So medyo, in fairness, 10,000 gold difference na in favor of Manila Eagles, and yung kills, medyo malaki-laki na rin ang difference.
Yeah, of course, si VYY nag-segue din doon si VYY to get the red buff from the Bangkok Titans.
Oh, so nanakaw din natin ng red buff.
No, actually, this is our this is our blue buff. I mean, sorry. Yeah, nanakaw kanina red buff.
Natin.
Sorry na.
Nanakaw natin.
Yes.
Okay. So
I think Kaigo is going for a Abyssal Scepter. He's got a Blasting Wand and then
Abyssal Scepter. Cloak. Yun ba yung
Negatron Cloak.
Nagtatanong, yung Abyssal Scepter yun ba yung ano?
Yeah, reduce magic resistance aura for the opponent. Yeah.
I see.
VYY just got his Phantom Dancer. So medyo masakit sa kanya. Makatikati na yan.
Mabilis na siya.
Yeah, mabilis-bilis na yan. That's movement speed, attack speed. Yeah.
With the Baron buff pa.
Yeah. The Manila Eagles there trying. Of course, I think they're going to force the middle lane there. Of course, they have the Baron, they have the advantage dun.
Yeah.
They have health regen, more mana regen.
At eto na po mga kaibigan, binabasag na po natin.
And they're trying to get that turret.
Pero medyo hindi pa nila kaya.
Anivia's ult is really effective.
Yung wall, no?
Well, of course, the wall and then the ult then anti-minions talaga, anti-push.
Question, yung wall ba nakapag-block din ng teammates mo?
Yeah, actually, you can actually block your teammates.
So, mababangga ka rin sa wall?
Yeah, mababangga. Sometimes talaga may mga, if you watch...
fail walls,
if you watch the fail videos, usually yung mga pinapakita din yung mga Anivia na they block their teammates imbes na safe na biglang
nabablock at namamatay tuloy.
Now I died.
So nakita ko si Mystery nagdi-deward, tama. Yung mga junglers nagdi-deward din sila.
Yeah, it's actually denying vision for the Bangkok Titans.
Yes.
Mahirap naman kasi ngayon, the Bangkok Titans would be doing more of a defensive strategy na lang muna kasi the Manila Eagles already has the Baron buff. Baron buff is really something of a big thing yun eh.
Pati yung health regen, I think
health regen, mana regen, attack damage, ability power.
So, lahat-lahat na.
Yeah, exalted by the Baron.
Yes.
Exalted by Nasher.
Okay, so as you can see, they're trying to push the bottom lane.
VYY, they're doing some serious damage.
Yes, masakit, makate si VYY.
Yep. Ghost
Okay,
flashing
nag-flash.
out.
Ghost.
Yeah, I guess that won't be a big clash then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Almost a clash but not yet.
Not yet. Pero paparating na po si Cartus
Cartus
at
is
saka si
there.
Irelia. Nasa likuran.
Cartus and Ariel is
I
there
think they're
positioning
going to
themselves.
tank. Tinangkin na po ni Nocturne yung Torre.
Misery tanking the turret.
At basag.
Yes.
Basag na naman ng turret.
That's
ang
6
bottom turret.
turrets down for the Bangkok Titans and
Yes,
3 for the Manila Aguilas.
Uy, ang sakit nun na yung kay Vlad.
Yeah,
Nakalahati ang buhay.
The score is 3-12 in favor of
Manila Aguilas or Eagles. Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay, so while they're trying to push the mid again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, ECS Motherboards, BenQ Power, Caller.
Of course, our official gear sponsor, Steel Series Professional Gaming Gears. Our official PC partner, PC Works, and our official venue partner, Pacific Esports. Of course, hi to Miss Vanch, the owner of Pacific Esports.
Hello, Miss
And the manager of the Manila Aguilas.
Okay, yes sir.
Guys, bisita lang sa Pacific Live and Wire sa iPad cafes and iChill cafes.
Yes. Okay, so they're going for... Ay, natulak si VYY.
Yes. I think actually.
Natulak siya, di ba?
Yeah. Na-headbutt si VYY.
Na-headbutt po si VYY. Teka lang, nag-freeze ako. Nasaan na?
Sorry.
Alright.
Just going to move the mouse a bit. Yeah.
So what is happening? What is happening?
Sorry guys. There.
Okay. And wala pa rin nangyayari?
Kaigu got
nagpapakiramdaman ba sila? So as you can see, medyo malaki na yung ano talaga.
Yeah,
yung
medyo malaki na yung difference. Medyo
lamang na talaga yung Manila Eagles.
Yes.
Pero ayan. So medyo inuunti-unti nila, I think, yung Torre.
Yeah. Sungkit.
Toothpick. Chipa. Tama ba yung sinabi ko?
Tama ba yung sinabi mo? Oh, no.
Chipi.
Chip-in.
Chipin. Naririnig ko lang yun.
Sorry.
Naglalaro.
Of course, guys, for those just tuned in, this is the official GPL match between the Bangkok Titans and the Manila Eagles. Kaya medyo, right?
Sorry, tumatawa na naman ako.
Okay. Of course, if for those who doesn't know what the GPL is, it's the Garena Premier League, Asia's first fully professional League of Legends league.
Nung narinig ko nga yun, sabi ko maglalaro na.
Maglalaro na lang. Ako na yan, sabi ko magiging gamer na lang ako
magiging professional gamer na lang.
Sayang eh.
Kasi ang sarap na ano niyan eh. Ang sarap ng trabaho niya.
Sweldo ka araw just for playing.
But you have to win.
Of course, you have to win.
Hindi pwedeng...
Of course, we've seen a lot of wins na rin from the Aguilas.
Yeah.
Right now lang medyo nagkakaproblema tayong konti.
Gumebang-gewang ng konti. But I think they're trying naman to redeem themselves. Sa game na to.
Yep.
Pero, ayan.
Of course, the Taipei Assassins got their revenge last night.
Yeah. Revenge
of the Taipei Assassins.
Yes. So ano na nangyayari ngayon?
Of course, we also like to say hi to our counterparts in Singapore and Malaysia. Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Aaron, hi.
Hi Aaron.
Elliot.
Hi Elliot.
Yeah. We're your fans. Okay. Nocturne there, Misery going in.
Na.
Just got blocked by a Nevious wall.
Dito ako, nawala ang aking screen. Dito ako sa kabila.
Yes.
Okay, mga kaibigan,
nasa
rampage na si VYY.
Yes. Sorry guys. Medyo na-shock kami doon. Yes.
Ano nangyayari?
That's 3. Actually, that's 2-0 in favor of the Manila Eagles.
So nakadalawang kills ang Eagles.
They were able to kill Corky and Alistar.
2 kills plus 1 turret.
The middle turret down. The Bangkok Titans middle turret down. And the inhibitor also down.
1 inhibitor down.
Baron is up, guys. So
I
think the Aguilas will also be going for the Barons already up. Then the blue buff from the Bangkok Titans up. The Dragon up also.
I think they're going for the Baron.
I think
again.
they're all going for those.
Yan na. Medyo malayo. As you can see, medyo malayo pa ang ating mga Titans.
I don't think the Bangkok Titans will be able to do anything about this.
Ayan, wala na.
Effortlessly.
Na.
They got the Baron effortlessly. Yan. Of course, they're going for the blue buff now. Kaigu going to try to steal that buff.
Pero
But
hindi
of course, the
na-steal.
Bangkok Titans are there.
No, that is
They
mine.
might be
sabi
going
na
for the
Lydia.
Dragons already up. So I think Rebenga is heading that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amin ng lahat ng gold. Get all the golds!
Get all the golds.
Sabi ng Eagles.
Get all the golds.
Yes. So, malaki na yung gold difference.
Yeah, it's actually more of like 20 plus gold difference na.
Hindi naman.
Yeah, Rebenga
16? 17?
more or less.
Sorry, math
Sorry,
yan.
math yan.
Medyo sumasakit ang ulo ko sa math.
Other things na lang tayo, please. Of course, the Rebenga, they're going for the Dragon alone. It's not warded by the Bangkok Titans, so
nakuha
definitely,
natin yung Dragon.
Yeah, was not warded by the Bangkok
Ang
Titans.
lakas-lakas
so
ni Rebenga. Nakuha
no
niya
one
mag-isa.
there to get it.
And
Misery, they're going for
the
the
red
red buff. So Misery is a bit tanky now na kasi meron sa Aegis of the Legion and he has the Randuin's Omen.
Randuin's.
Yeah,
Lagi ko
Randuin's.
narinig yung Randuin's.
Yeah, it's actually
ano ba yung Randuin's?
effective yung Randuin's against of course during team fights. It slows down your opponent's movement speed. And then of course against AD carries such as Corki. Kasi there's a chance kasi na if halimbawa Corki hits Nocturne, it slows down his attack speed.
Okay. So, pang-prevent yun.
Yes.
Okay. At yan, patuloy pang nagde-deward ang ating Nocturne.
Actually, if you guys are not seeing it on the screen, Cardos and Graves, VYY and Kaigo are now on the 300 mark sa kanilang crypts.
Oo nga.
Yeah. Actually, our counterparts in Vietnam have been saying this a lot of times.
300
Yeah, si VYY
kills.
talaga, kahit talo sila sa game, is always leading with the creep stats.
Totoo ba yung nakikita ko na 8 minion kills lang si Alistar?
Yeah, actually, he's the support kanina. So,
support kasi
yeah,
siya.
So he doesn't have that much of win. Okay,
yan
went
na
in
po.
again.
Clash
Doctor
na naman.
going in again. They effectively killed Mundo and Corki there. Clash there near the turret, near the Nexus turret of the Bangkok Titans.
Okay, so na-shut down si Graves.
Yeah, unfortunately, Graves, there's a turret there.
Bye-bye, VYY.
Bye-bye, VY. Sayang. But
Sayang, VYY.
Of course, there's 4 of them left. They're going straight for the Nexus.
Yes, mukhang tatapusin na po.
Definitely, it's now a win for the Manila Eagles.
Yes.
1 turret left, 1 Nexus turret left, and the
Nexus na lang, mga
remaining.
kaibigan. Kalahati na lang.
Kalahati na lang.
Kalahati na lang.
Yes. And that's GG.
GG.
For, of course, a good game for the Manila Eagles. A good game too, of course, for the Bangkok Titans.
Victory.
Victor.
Ayan, medyo maingay ako, ma.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Medyo maingay si Jim. Tumawa lang si Jim kanina.
Medyo nag-chocolate kasi ako.
Yeah.
Ayan, hyper.
Of course, that's Ghost actually shouting.
Hi, Ghost!
Hi, Ghost.
Congrats. Ayan.
Of course, we can look at we'll look at the stats.
Okay.
Stats. Yeah. Okay, so we're seeing of course VYY and Kaigo leading there with the creep stats. That's 300 plus, guys.
Kills.
Ooh, and then 14,800 for VYY, 14,800 gold for VYY and 15,200 gold for Kaigo. That's a lot of farming.
Medyo, oo. Yeah. Ako nga, wala pa sa kalahati yung napafarm ko.
Yeah.
Kapag ako yung naglalaro, medyo 56.
Yes. Of course, Rebenga there went for more of tanky items. He's got a GA there. He's got a Trinity Force. Medyo malaki yung tulong din.
Yung
Wits End. Actually, Wits End, yes. So every hit, it actually increases your magic resistance. Magic resistance, and then of course you cause more parang additional magic damage if you hit.
Si Anivia, tingnan mo.
Of course, Anivia there.
Medyo wala siyang
Yeah, Anivia they're close to getting the Rabadon's death cap.
Yeah, pero hindi yan nakuha unfortunately.
Yeah. Actually, Corki just got Infinity Edge.
Nakapag-IE si Corki.
Infinity Edge and the Last Whisper.
Yeah. Ayun lang, siguro at least from this
From of course,
this
guys,
match.
as we've said kanina, but the Bangkok Titans is actually the most improved team sa GPL right now.
At least from this match, makakakuha na naman sila ng bagong strategies,
it's actually
bagong
a learning
pointers.
process naman eh.
For everyone.
Assassins, definitely they've learned a lot from the GPL then Even if they're leading, of course they learned a lot, teamwork. Of course, the Eagles have learned a lot then from this. Especially never underestimating opponent. That's one thing talaga.
Never.
Yeah.
Kasi sa League of Legends, kahit akala mo talo na yung kalaban,
Pwede
malaki yung chance
yan.
na bumaliktad
Pwede bang gumulong yan?
Konting mali lang talaga. Konting choke lang talaga.
Oh yes, of course, I'd like to say hi din pala.
Kanino?
To Trike.
Hi, Trike.
Hi, Trike from MSI.
Si GM Meow, di mo hi.
Wow. Okay. Hi, GM Meow. And hi, GM Chef. Umi-issue si GM Rhea.
Medyo, hi daw, GM Meow.
Okay. When we get back, guys, we're going to interview one of the Manila Eagles. So, stay tuned, guys. This is GM Prince.
I'm GM Ryla.
See you. See you in a few minutes. And we're back. And with me actually is MLE Ghost, sorry. Nasana yung team MLE Ghost who's having his debut win. Debut win. So this is actually his first week playing for the Manila Eagles on an official GPL match. So hi Ghost.
Hello.
So how do you feel naman about your first win this night?
Happy pa rin dahil win ng buong team yun.
Yeah, win. Of course. We've seen a strategy niya more of aggressive. You've taken almost all of their blue buffs. So parang is this something na patterned after yung last night match na against Type Assassins, or something lang na talagang you have planned so far?
Hindi man siya actually talaga patterned sa last night's defeat. Pero more on a learning experience para sa buong team. Lalo na since may recent role changes and all.
Yeah. Okay, of course, you're doing a support, so you've supported VYY so far effectively. Siyempre, lamang na lamang si Viva in terms of minion kills. Of course, for the sake of the players natin na watching right now, what can you say naman about playing the support role for the team? Yeah.
Actually, isa siya sa pinaka-challenging na role kasi madami kang inaalala from, yun nga, supporting your every teammate, hindi lang yung ka-lane mo. Tapos, may isipin ka pang wards, dewarding, and other timers. Kaya, initiation din, depende sa support. Kaya, challenging siya, hindi lang siya basta-basta
Hindi lang basta-basta ikot-ikot, heal, yeah.
Yes.
So, okay guys, so we've heard it from MLE Ghost, who just got his first win for the GPL. So, Ghost, anyone you want to say hi to or thank?
Thanks sa management namin, KLH, and the fans.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Okay guys, so we'll catch you next week guys as the Aguilas take on, of course, a new set of teams naman for the GPL. So, till next weekend guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.